Greetings, Masana Wana. Greetings, the 2022-2023 DSTV Premiership champions. Yeah, no, we've done it once again, and I might as well congratulate you guys for next season, the 2023-2024 league champions, and the season after that, and again and again and again and again, because yeah, no, it's way too easy, man. Hey, Rabs, how's it?
Ke mnate Veron wena.
No, I'm good, man. Yeah, no. It's feeling here, man. Like we've done it so many times. One would have thought, oh, by now you get used to it. You no longer enjoy celebrating it. But hey, man, winning the league is not easy at all, eh?
Yeah, I know it is not easy at all, but when you are used to such, I think the celebration, like you don't over celebrate like winning it for the first time. I remember when we won it with pizza for the first time against Super Sports at Loftus when we won 3-0. I think it was one of the best feeling ever. But having to win it 6 times in a row, you like, I'm used to this. It is a norm, so you celebrate for nakonyana and then you move on.
Yeah, I know that one, yeah, 2013, 2014, if I'm not mistaken. I'll never forget that, man. I was sitting next to it was dead. Ali Hout is dead. Got that last game he had flown from Holland to South Africa to support Wana High. And when we scored the first goal, I was outside getting a jacket from Koloi. Out was stadium, and at the end of the game, Alia's dad was crying like a kid, man, a grown man crying like a kid because Wanahayo win the league championship. So it tells you everything you need to know about championship, man. But yeah, man, great feeling, man. Hey, guys, please bear with me. I've got flu, so I will be sneezing and coughing throughout this episode. I'm sure not feeling too well, but yeah, getting much better. I don't know now if I can continue to episode. Yeah, man. But yeah, before we start with this Mamelodi Sundowns versus Cape Town City game 24 match preview, man, we just wanna send out well wishes to a former player of ours, Mido, man, George Maluleke, Gijo. Yeah, man, apparently he collapsed during the Amazulu versus Swallows game on Saturday evening, man. But at least Amazon issued a statement or no, he was discharged. He went to, I think, hospital. He was checked and discharged. And Elena, he posted on Instagram on Sunday around board noon. So yeah, man, well wishes to Stijo, man, a really nice guy, and yeah, hopefully he makes a full recovery and we see him back on the field very soon. Hey, perhaps we've done this thing 6 times in a row. What does it take to win the league championship? What do you need to win the league championship?
I think first of all, you need to make the right investment into the team. I think you need to get the good players that are good enough to win you the title. And because of the league, you play about 30 games. It requires the whole team to be consistent so that you're able to lift the trophy at the end. And also, you have to have your style of play, your way of playing that you can trust and that can win you games. That I think if you have your own style of playing, I think you tend to win most of the game and win the league. But most of all, I think consistency is very key in this in terms of winning the league title.
I think consistency, like you said, but before consistency, I think it comes with proper planning. I think having a vision for the forthcoming season, setting goals. You know how we always how do we do this thing and where the blogs, having the blogs and doing planning to get a certain number of points for a certain block and and then obviously proper investment, more teaming, né? And a proper structure, like you said, proper structure in terms of how you're going to play, because let me tell you one thing about the players that ball on it. If only coach, Okala season, pre-season, no, this is how we're going to play, né? And 10 games into the season, you change the plan. The players stop believing in you. This is what we plan pre-season. Now season is starting, he wants us to play like this, So I think it requires that. And then work ethic. Your work ethic needs to be better than the opponents as a how, like you might not have a perfect season, you lose games, but it's how you bounce back from winning the games the same. I think the Sundowns players, technical team and management are the hardest working in the PSL. And I'm not just saying this because I support Sundowns. It is all there for all to see. Those guys are dedicated, and they are some of the best paid people in the continent, and they deserve it. So I think it takes that. It doesn't take luck. You don't win league luck. You can win the trophy luck, but you don't win the league luck because you need to be consistent over a longer period of time. Perhaps we play a team, man, Cape Town City on Tuesday. How would you sum up their season so far? Because I think for me, they've been on and off, man. One moment they're playing well and getting results. The next, they look like a team that doesn't. They look disjointed. They don't look like guys who want to play. They don't look interested at times, But some games they turn it up and like, okay, this is the Cape Town City at the last few years. How would you sum up their season so far?
I think they are quite the opposite of Mamelodi Sundowns. I think they lack consistency. I think they can't go for a 5-game run playing playing similarly. I think they can play 2 good games, then afterwards they struggle. And I think sometimes it is because of the chopping and changing of the squad. I think Eric Tintler sometimes changes the squad a lot and changes the formation a lot, and that becomes a negative impact into the team because of you spoke about you need to have the structure and you need to have the consistent lineup. So I think if Eric Tintler had the consistent lineup from the start, I think it would have helped him to be in a much better position. But nonetheless, I think in this last lap of the league, I think they're starting to find themselves. They're starting to grind results, and they are not in a bad position because of they have 33 points. They have 1 game in hand, and they are number 5. So that means they still have a chance to be second on the log, but they need to win games, and they need to stop conceding goals.
I know they concede a lot of goals, man. They really do concede a lot of goals. You spoke about their squad. How would you rank their squad in comparison to the other teams? Where would you rank them in comparison to the other teams in the PSL?
I think they'd be, I think, number 4. But the other issue about their squad is that once they have a good player and he has a good season, it is more likely that the other team might sign that player.
Which other team?
Sunday, it's obvious. Unlike Sundowns, Chiefs, Pirates, you know that if a player from those 3 teams have a good season, the next season will come and limon. So those 3 teams, they don't sell their players to the teams that they compete with. So I think Cape Town City sometimes their players sign to the teams that they're supposed to compete with.
So in terms of ranking them, guess Sundowns, obviously number 2, Pirates. Are you saying Chiefs is number 3 and then Bona Cape Town City?
Hmm. Yo. I think Chiefs. I I think Chiefs might be number 3. Yeah, I think I'll place Chiefs number 3.
Okay. Yeah, I think Chiefs and City, they can, for number 3 and 4.
Yeah.
Budget. And they are currently number 5 on the log. They've played 23 games, winning 9 of those. They drew 6 of their games, lost 8. They have scored 26 goals, conceded 25 goal difference. 1. They currently on 33 points, and their points per game 1.43. And they concede a lot of the goals in the last 10 minutes, between the 81st and the 90th minute of the match. They've conceded 20% of their goals during that period. So that tells you either fitness is not up to the best of levels, or there's a lot of loss of concentration during that period of time, or they just can't take pressure when the team needs a win or in connect, they break down. It could be one of those 3 things. Let's talk about their approach. And I think they will continue playing the same way that they've been doing. I mean, in terms of their first build-up, most of the time, he passes to Phillies, who is right-footed, but plays as a left center back. And then Phillies will do one of 2 things. He will either pass to Ambina or Thabo Nodada, or play a diagonal. And he's very good at the diagonal into Phillies. So play a diagonal either to Mayo, most probably to Mayo most of the time. And then there's this guy. This guy might not score a lot. They are a focal point of attack man. But that guy's work rate, man, is second to none. That guy works the defense. He works the defense. And the one thing that he's very good at is dragging the center backs out of their comfort zone, out of their positions more centrally. And in so doing, he allows the space for Mayo, Derwin Gonzalez. Hence, they've been so good this season. I mean, you look at Mayo this season, GA goals and assists. He scored 7 goals and conceded and assisted 2. And then Derwin has scored 5, assisted 3. So it's 8 and 9. And I think this has a lot to do with how that guy's work rate money has to do a lot with that. And then these 2 guys, one, Derwin is right-footed but plays as a left forward. He looks to cut inside, but he doesn't look to maybe kill the ball or find the far post, has a cut inside to shoot. He looks to play the 1-2s, and he's very good at playing 1-2 and getting behind the center backs while he's when he's cut inside. Whereas on the other side, Mayo is left-footed playing on the right. He looks to cut inside and then shoot. If he doesn't do that, he looks to cross to find a man. So I think they complement each other so well that what do you call this, attack board. And then there's Nodada. Nodada links backline attack board. He goes to the backline, fetches the ball and carries it, and he's very good at carrying the ball, to the final third, where he finds their most offensive players. So I think we have to be very careful of that. And then I think the one thing, because they've got really good guys in terms of the free kicks, they will play for the free kicks in danger zones. I mean, there's Lyle. I'm not sure if Lyle will play, but we know what Lyle can do or a dead ball. But if he doesn't play, Stomo is also a very dangerous can to get dead ball. I mean, he once scored a free kick against us, Orlando Asarala Pirates. Stomo is Marco Van Heerden. So he's very good. And then Limayo, he scored a beautiful one against Marumo Gallants not so long ago. And the other thing, Kabona, that I kind of like this team, their flexibility. They normally play a 4-3-3, but when it doesn't work or they feel they're under pressure, excuse me, Mukegene, would normally drop to left center back, ne? Phillies centrally, and then Cupido right center back, and then the full backs become the wing backs in Mkhize le Lyle. They now focus on being more offensive, and when they do that, they they press you. So they become defensive, but in a form of attack. But they press you up high and make it difficult for you to break out. So I think their flexibility in terms of how Ngeke easily slots back into the back line, it's one of those things that I really like about them. Your side?
I think this is one of the teams, or if not one only, in the country that remains or plays with a positive approach when they play against Mamelodi Sundowns. They don't change their squad a lot when they face Sundowns, and sometimes that's why they are able to get something out of the game. Sometimes they'll get a point, or sometimes they lose, but they lose but it's sharp. So I think that it will be part of the approach as well, and they will take the game to Mamelodi Sundowns because of Mamelodi Sundowns have won the league, and there might be a factor of complacency within the team. So they want to take the game to Sundowns and ask questions. And most importantly, I think they need to play better without the ball. The team that enjoys possession and they are good on the ball, but without the ball, I think they tend to struggle. And in this game, a player like Ambina might be very vital in terms of winning the possession and cutting the attacks from Mamelodi Sundowns and closing down the spaces. But he will need the assistance of a guy like Nodada, so that when Mamelodi Sundowns overload that space, Nodada is there to assist Ambina, and you know that Nodada has legs to cover space and he has the stamina to run. And you spoke about him linking the defense with the attack. He can play that box to box. He's there when the team defends and he's there when the team attacks. And the evidence would be the goal that he scored against Kukun. It shows that he's always there in attack. And obviously they want to play on transition sometimes when Sanders pushes a lot of numbers forward. I think a player like Mayo, when Sanders has the ball, you would come to the side so that once they regain possession, the players of Cape Town City, they always think of giving the ball Mayo as soon as possible because of he has the pace, he has the skill, and also he has the great technique to take out shots outside the box. And in their last 5 league games, they've scored 4 goals outside the box. So it shows that they're a team that once they arrive in a certain area outside the box and the space and the time allows the player to take a shot, they don't shy away from taking a shot. So we need to guard against that and defend better and close them as soon as possible. And Dantan, I think he will be very keen in terms of playing between the lines and making those late runs inside the box because of he has the ability to score and he has the ability to create chances. So Lena, they want to get him involved so that they know that he's one of the players that can help Mamelodi Sundowns.
By the sound of things, it sounds like you're saying they will stick to what they've been doing, playing guys singing pivot in Ambila and then the 82 il not Dadale in Danzan. Is that what you say?
I think they'll go with that partnership, yeah. Ambila being a 6 and Nodada being number 8 Danzan. But I think Tintla might play a double 6 because of his playing Sundowns, but we'll see. But I wouldn't be surprised if he plays with a single 6 because of I think he trusts that setup in the middle field.
I think he's going to play a double pivot there and Bina Lemukeke. Remember what I said about how their flexibility in terms of switching between a back four and a back three. I think with Mkeke in the field, he knows, or if things he wants to change it, he'll just tell Tato to move back, and then not that I join Ambina Badale Bali too. So I think he will play guy double pivot, yeah, Ambina and Tato, and then have Tabo in front of them. So I think this is how we will line up. I think it will be Keaton goal, and then Kize right back, Cupido right center back, Phyllis left center back, and then depending on Tabayam, if Sundowns allows Lyle to play or not, I think it will either be Lyle or Fanier, then come on left there, and then double pivot there, Mukeke and Ambina with not Dada in front of them, and then front right forward Itlabanto, Mayo left Dewin, and then Harry Ibe Mani. Sundowns, how do you think they will approach this one?
I think first of all, I think Maori Sundowns we will make changes. I think they'll go to their best starting lineup. I think the guys are fit who were away for international duties. Because of we are playing a team that struggles to play without the ball. I think Maui Sanders would want to own the possession. I think they'd want to starve Cape Town City of the ball, because of once you keep possession, even though you are not threatening them with the attack, but keeping possession and moving the ball around. That means Lebanon, they have to chase around and shift wherever the ball goes. And the possibility might be that that will create the space for us to occupy, and for us to make splitting passes in the middle or at the center back. And I think Maurice Sundowns also, without the ball, if like I've said, Mayo usually loves to be on the line. I think if he cuts inside, our number 8 who plays on the left should take care of him. But if he goes direct, I think Mudiba should take care of him, because of I don't want Mudiba. Ha Maya Akenaka Mudiba Amlateli, because of it leaves space for Mkize to overlap. So I want when Mayo cuts inside, Mayema or Alande or whoever's going to play in that number 8 position should take care of Mayo, so that if Mkize goes forward, we know that Diva is in a good position to defend. And also, we need to take care of the ball. We need to be progressive with the ball. We need to push forward. And I spoke about Ambina sometimes not being able to cut the attacks of the opponents and to win position and or to regain position. I think we need to overload that position. I think we need to have two guys, Bakenye and Ambina, in between, so that that position gets overloaded and it becomes difficult for him to close two players in that position.
Yeah, no, you've said a mouthful. You've said a mouthful. I'll just add a few points. You remember what I said about how they build up in the first phase of build up? Ne? Agri Kid passes to Phyllis. Phyllis is right-footed, ne? But he plays as a left center back. And most of the time, when he passes to him, because the right foot is the strongest, he receives ka left and then plays diagonally ka right. And most of the time, he doesn't receive body high like body high with his body back to goal. He receives abuti body high, so in half your body gaming the field so, and then the other half in a goalkeeper. I think we should force him to receive with his back to goal totally, and then force him to receive ka right, not ka left, because once I receive ka right, it's easier to pass ka left. But if he receives ka right, he now has to think about using his left foot. So I think we can put him under pressure in that situation. I think Debza needs to be as our 6. He will play a crucial role in terms of when we talk. Kimang Mani stretches one of the center backs. He should slot him into whoever would have followed Mani. And then, as I mentioned, the set piece, I think we need to guard against giving away silly set pieces. around the edge of the box because of the number of quality free kick takers that they have in their team. Your lineup?
I think I would start Williams, Mdawu as my right back, and Kekan and Vales my center backs, and I'll start Aubrey. Then my 6, Mokoena, 8, Allende and Maema. Then up front, Zoane Shalulile and Mailul.
Okay. Yeah, I think we know by now we know that's our best 11. If we're being honest, if Champions League final results and that's the lineup, we'd almost go with them. But I'll make 2 changes to the lineup that you made. I'll have Williams, I'll have Morena because I think Tost has flu, Mudawi is flu, so I'll have Morena at right back. I'll have Kekana at right center back. I'll start AB. Not just because he had a brilliant game. I think he was brilliant against that team, Cotton Sport. I would love to see him playing under pressure, playing against the proper number 9, a 9 that will give him a hard time, will stretch him. Vetumani udlala skama, amopula Billboy, Valley Girls.
Yeah.
When our dad used to coach Valley Girls back in the day, there's this training exercise that he loved. So it will be half ground, and then a man-to-man. So, but you only mark your man when he has the ball. When he doesn't have the ball, you don't mark. Billy Boy, when I had the ball, and your dad used to always make me mark Billy Boy. When I had the ball, Billy Boy was always more on. But when they were in possession, I get a papa, he's now I have to chase him. By the time I get there, he's released it and run into space. That's what money does. He doesn't stay money. He will make you work. So I would love to see Kima AB against that type of but I'm wondering how does he deal with pressure? How does he handle that? And then I'll have Mudiba as my left back, and then Mokoena. I'd have the master chef starting this one, Mbule. With Alande as my 2-8, and then Zwane Shalile and my Lula. Score prediction?
I think we'll win. I think 2-1.
I think 3-1. We're conceding every game now, so I think we'll also concede. Yeah. Raps, were you surprised with Alande being given the armband when he played Cotton Sport?
I was totally surprised. I think he's new, but I think this thing of your armband, I think sometimes the player might get the armband, but the leader in the ground, it might be someone without the armband. So I think armband is a just for the sake of how can inside the pitch, one player has to have the armband on his hand. But now I think whether the armband yellow or mama, but I think we still have leaders inside the pitch that's apparent armband.
Perhaps it's a pity you are not able to attend the games and watch that boy, how he shows leadership, how he dictates, how Coach Ulan even said at press conference before game a Cotton Sport, he coaches background. I was very, very shocked when he arrived in Fanole. First game here in South Africa. I can't remember. He got into the field, he started passing instructions. It's also. That boy has got good leadership content. I was not surprised at all. He's very, very remember when I said Mshishi is your Steven Gerrard type of captain? He leads by example. He doesn't have to say anything. His performance tells you, okay, we all need to lift it as the teammates. Alande, is vocal. He's always telling players what to do. Yes, but a much better footballer than Karaka. So, yeah, that boy, man, that boy, now I was not surprised at all. I was not surprised at all. He's got leadership qualities, that boy. Perhaps we've got 21 points to play for. We need 13 to break the 71 points record that we set a few years ago, 2016. Our remaining games: Cape Town City home, Swallows away, Arrows away, Richards Bay home, Amazulu away, Gallants away, and we end the season Kamarisberg at home. Do you think we will get the required 13 points?
I think we'll get even more than that. I think in all the remaining games, we'll get 3 points beside the game against Arrows. We are traveling to Devon.
Yeah.
I think it might be the game where we drop points. I think we'll get a point against Arrows, but in the other six games, I think we'll get 3 points.
Okay, we'll definitely break the record with that. I think we'll drop 2 points in the two trips to KZN. Again. Amazulu. I know Amazulu is struggling, but I think we might drop points in both trips, meaning we'll get, by my calculations, 14 points, and we'll still break that record, and it will be an amazing feat if we do so, man. And yeah, that's it, Masandawana. That's yet another installment of the Yellow Corner. Thanks for the support, guys. We really appreciate it. Please don't forget to subscribe. Please don't forget to pass on the word, or hey, there's a YouTube channel called the Yellow Corner by Sundowns supporters where they preview all Mamelodi Sundowns matches. Let's continue interacting with comments. How many points do you think we'll get by the end of the season? Will we break our record? Share your thoughts with us. And yeah, until Friday, Easter Friday, when we bring you the preview of our away trip to Solos, Sharp Masandawana, Sharp Mdogi. Oh, sorry, Sharp champions, Sharp Mdogish.
Sharp Bungam Pudi.